Okay, so today's video is going to be on resistance training and how important it is when you're working at your training program. So when it comes to improving your body composition, resistance training is by far the best way to go. Cardio and high intensity interval training does have a place, which I'll discuss in a later video, but for the most part you want to have your the majority of your training program based around resistance training. So what you want to do first is work out how many days per week you're able to train or you're willing to train, which will then make it easier for you to work out what type of training program you can work off. So I would normally recommend 3 to 5 training sessions per week, and ideally you want to be working each muscle group at least twice per week. So when it comes to structuring your workouts, you want to base your workouts around the major lifts such as pressing movements, pulling movements, squatting, deadlifting and rotating movements. You can also include then your other movements such as isolation exercises, which I'll discuss later on. So when you're structuring your workouts, you want to, in terms of training volume, you want to look at including around 4 to 5 key exercises per session, and you're probably working off around 10 to 12 working sets for each session. So there's a few different ways you can go about it. You can split your training programs up into different muscle groups such as chest, back, legs and arms, or again you can split them up into upper body or lower body muscle groups, or you can include full body workouts. So you also want to look at increasing the amount of volume that you're lifting per week. So what I mean by volume is sets times reps times total weight, which will give you the total amount of volume that you've lifted for each exercise. So each week you either want to increase the total amount of sets that you lifted, the total amount of weight that you lifted, or the total amount of reps that you lifted. So as the weeks are progressing, you want to gradually increase your total training volume. So you then want to increase, by the end of say a 12-week period, you want to be increasing your total training volume to around, roughly around 20 sets per muscle group per week. So an easy way to do that is you can increase by one working set per muscle group per week, which is an easy way to gradually increase your training volume. So what I'll do for my one-on-one clients and my online clients is I'll work out first their training history just to get a good point of where we can start off at, and then I'll gradually increase their training volume over a period of around 12 weeks, but I'll also graph their training volume as well, so they can see how their training volumes increased over a period of time. So what I'll do is I'll include deloads around every 4 to 6 weeks. So deload is basically just a reduction in training volume before building them back up again. So I usually include 1 to 2 deloads in every 12-week training period. So I'll also include around every 4 to 6 weeks changes in exercises just to help prevent stagnation. So it might not be a complete change in every exercise. It might only be, for example, changing the angle of a bench press, using wedges under your feet for squats, or changing grips. Say for example, different grip on the lat pull down or pull ups. Just slight minor changes to help the client keep progressing. Okay, so that concludes this video on resistance training. So the next video will be on NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Thanks.